Hey everyone, I'm doing my October wrap-up. I read 3 books in October. I finished one book that I'd been reading in September, and I also forgot to mention a book from my September wrap-up, Under Different Stars by Amy A. Bartol. This was really good. I love this so much. It's the first book in the Cricket trilogy. I'm actually going to link Jen from Today at Jen's Library video review of this entire trilogy down below because she explains it way better than I ever could. And if you're not subscribed to Jen, you definitely should be because I love her so much. She's one of my favorite booktubers of all time. But I loved this. I gave this a 4 out of 5 stars, I'm pretty sure. The book that I finished in October was Splintered by A.G. Howard. I have seen this on so many people's bookshelves. It's an Alice in Wonderland, not so much retelling. Alyssa is a descendant of Alice, and there has been a curse placed upon the generations of the women from Alice's line. Alicia has to go to Wonderland and go through all of these tests and break the curse, basically. I wasn't the big Alice in Wonderland fan when I was a kid, but I can definitely appreciate where this book comes from. It did take me a little while to finish. I wasn't feeling it that much, but people who have read it all agree that it's really amazing. I have the other 2 books in the trilogy, so I definitely do want to continue on with it eventually, but it's just not really at the top of my priority list. Now we're on to the books that I completed in the month of October, and the first one was Dying to Forget by Trish Marie Dawson. This is about a girl who an incident occurs and she ends her life. She goes to this place called the Station where she is trained to become a subconscious of sorts for people who are at risk of committing suicide and suffering the same fate as her. It was less than 200 pages on my iPad, so it was a really quick read. It is the first book maybe in a trilogy, and I'm not too sure if I will continue on with it. It was a free ebook, so that's the only reason why I really got it. It ends on a massive cliffhanger, so I guess that's how she wants to drag people back into it, but like I said, I'm not too sure on that one. Next book I was very kindly sent by the publishers. I was asked if I wanted an advance copy, and I was actually shopping at Kmart at the time and I nearly started screaming. Did I mention I Need You by Estelle Mascom? And yes, I do have 2 copies. My husband stealth ordered this one for me. I have done a full review and spoiler discussion. You can check it out up there if you want to. If you've read the first book, I wouldn't suggest going over there unless you have, because the synopsis will spoil you. But because I have 2 copies, I'm going to be ordering a copy of Dimmerly, which is the first book, Did I Mention I Love You? And then I'm going to be doing an international giveaway. I've decided I'm going to chuck in a packet of Tim Tams because I think that everyone needs to read this series. It's so good. This book was a 5-star from me. I don't give 5 stars to second books very easily. I think that characters have to progress, but they also have to sort of be the same person. They can't do a complete turnaround of their personality. I think it has to be a real flow, and Estelle Mascom, the author, really did capture that. So I loved this. I need the next book. You don't understand anything until you've read these fucking books and had your heart torn out by an 18-year-old Scottish girl. I'm okay, I'm totally fine. The final book that I read in the month of October, which was another 5-star for me, so I just decided to call it quits after that. Amor by Krista and Becca Ritchie. This book was so good. It is about a girl named Thora who is in her last year, maybe even her last semester. No, I'm going to say last year. I'm going to say her last year of college. And she decides she's sick of Ohio. She's packing up and she's moving to Vegas to try to join the circus. Travels to Vegas. She tries out. Things don't go according to plan, but she catches the eye of Nikolai. Oh, I love this book. I think it's so great. It is sort of just like it's a romance. It's really good, but at the same time, it really is about chasing your dreams, believing in yourself, and it's so good. I've been telling everyone to read this book. That is all that I read in October. I'm not going to do a TBR for November. I haven't really been doing TBRs lately because I've had so many books and I've been getting intimidated, but I am about 200 and something pages into Illuminate by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff out of 700 and something on my iPad. So I'm really excited for that one. I'm hoping that I can finish that this month. It's good. It's confusing, it's trippy, it's wild, but I like it. Let me know what you guys did this month, what you read, if you watched Netflix. I actually did watch a lot of Netflix. That was my other thing that I did. I watched the entire season of iZombie with my husband. We didn't get to binge watch it because he has to wake up very early for work, but we managed to get through it. And I was watching it, I was like, wow, this is so familiar. This girl with her hoodie and her little satchel bag and her snarky attitude. And then I looked at who it was created by. I was like, oh, hey, Rob Thomas, you know, It's basically Veronica Mars if she ate brains, and I loves me some Veronica Mars, we know that. It reminds me a lot of that graphic novel that I've been hearing about. I think that Eleanor has mentioned it. It's called Chew. Chew's the one. It's Chew. Everyone reads Chew. Eat the, like, the dead body parts, and then you get an idea of the crime. That's basically what she does. She eats some brains, and then she kind of gains the personality traits of whoever she's eaten. It's really good. I think that season 2 is like currently airing, so now I have to wait for that. Don't get me started. I'm not breaking down over television again. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope that you have a really good day wherever you are in the world, and I will see you next time. Bye.